Hi, I'm Matt McHugh, and today we are going to be going over how to make email groups. Now, some of this is already done for us, but I'm going to show you how to make them. If you want to add in some personal emails, like if students say, well, I like to use my school email, but I also have another one too, we can add that on there. Also, you can make another one for parents, or for example, for my class, I have a class that I have honors students in and regular students in the same class. So what I'm able to do is I can make an email just for honors. So if I want to send out to everyone from honors group, I just click one button and we're good to go. So here's what we're going to do. So first off, just a couple quick reminders about how videos work here. So whenever you see my mouse moving around, it'll have that yellow circle around it, and if I left click, it will be red, and if I right click, it'll be blue. So just kind of give you a little idea here. So I just went to mail.google.com and logged in like I normally do. And if you'll notice in the top right hand corner, there's these 9 little squares, and if you left click on it, you'll see all the different ones. Now what we're going to go to is our contacts. And it's loading here for us, and you'll see I already have some kind of ready to go, all my students, but we're going to make a new one. So off to the left, you can see all of my contacts, and it says P1 World History, P1 World History Honors, P2 US, P3, and so on. So anyway, I'm going to make a new one just for the sake of this video. So down on the kind of bottom left-hand corner here, it says New Group. So I'm going to go ahead and I hit New Group, and it comes up with this sign that says New Group. Please enter a name for this group. So I'm just going to name it Test because we're doing it for this little tutorial. So I'm okay with that. I hit OK, and I'm done. All right, so now Test has been created. And if you look off to the left, at the very bottom here, we have Test, and that's my alphabetical order. All right, and if you see there's no number next to it, and if I click on it, you can see it's completely empty. So we got to find some students to add to here. So here's a couple areas right off the bat. I can go up here to this button here that has looks like a little person and a plus sign next to it, and I'll zoom in a little bit for you. If I go in there and I hit this little person plus button, I can type in an email. So test@test.com. Now, assuming you know the real email, once you're happy with that, you hit add. And there it has been added. Now, say that I want to add a student who's already in the system. Okay, so I'm just going to do a search now. You can type in their full name. That'll be a lot more accurate. But I'm just going to type in their last name. So I typed in Dever. I do a little search, and here it is. So I have technically 3 Devers. There's only 2 of them here. So I'm going to put a little check next to this one, because this is the correct one that I want. Okay, now that it's checked and highlighted, there's a button up here that looks like 3 people standing next to each other, and if you put your mouse over it, it says Groups. If I left-click that, it shows me all of my groups. And I scroll down, there's Test, and if I click on that, that person has now been added to Test. So I'm going to verify this on the left-hand side. I'm going to go down to Test, and I click on it, and there are the 2 people that I've added, test@test.com and the new one for Mr. Dever there. So this is how you can quickly add a whole bunch of people. You can add them to multiple groups. So if I were to click on Mr. Dever here, I can click on the Groups button here, and I can say, okay, I want to add him to 2 or 3 of my groups. Now, I can also get rid of him from this group. I can delete contact, rename the group, delete the group. So I'm probably going to end up deleting this group as I don't need it. But anyhow, that's how you make different groups. All right, so now that we have made these groups, how do we use them? So we're going to go back to our mail.google.com after we've created these. So I'm going to head back right now. And now that I'm back here, I'm going to hit Compose in the top left-hand corner. And now that I have this email, and I'm going to make it a little bigger here for you. Once I'm here, I'm going to go into the To section here for who I'm sending this to. And I can also do this under CC or BCC. And the name of my group was Test, if you remember. So I'm just going to start typing in Test. And wouldn't you know it, here it is. test. And you can see there's two of them in there. Now also that email, that test@test.com shows up. I'm going to click on this first one, and it puts in both of the emails that I want to send someone to. Now I also could hit P1, and that will show me P1 with my honors or P1 for regular. So I didn't click those, so I don't have it in there. But just so you get a little idea of how you can go about adding these into your emails. And then once you're ready, you just hit send, and it goes to everyone. Now, if you do find that it doesn't work right away showing up as your new group, you just have to close down Gmail one time and then open it, and you'll never run into that problem again. So just kind of a little heads up on how some of those things work. So anyhow, that is how you make different groups and how it is effective for teaching. I can send it out to different groups. And also just a little something of note, the school has already provided groups for a lot of our classes. So for instance, if I type in PER, then it will say PER.McEwen1, .McEwen3, 4, 2, 5, and 7. Those are all my classes, and that is actually made for us already. So that's kind of handy, but when you want to add parents and stuff, you can't add them to those groups, and that's why I made my own. So anyhow, I hope that helps, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you very much for listening.